in. They, of course, were quite unaware of that. The youngest was called in first. And when the youngest walked in, his father had arranged for this ball to drop, you see, and the ball dropped, and the son, in a flash, cut it in two with his sword, and it fell down. And his father said, "Please wait in the other room." Second son came in. Ball fell on his head, but precisely as it touched his head, he reached up and he took it in his hands, and father said, "Please wait in the other room." Eldest son came in. He opened the door, and as he opened the door, he reached up and he took the ball. And the father called him in, and he read out the youngest son. And he said, "Very brilliant. You've mastered the technique. Don't understand anything." Said to the second one, "Well, you're almost there. Just keep on, keep on." And he said to the eldest son, "Well, now you can begin." And it seemed to me, that's just exactly, imagine, there was, it's like the word prajna, which means pra, ahead, jna, to know beforehand.
Yes.
In the sense, not of some work of prediction that we do based on the study of rats in the lab or something, but yes, understanding is ahead and behind in the total movement of that one act. Oh yes, of course.
So, I see this, because I do not separate meditation from daily living. Otherwise, it's no meaning. So I see the importance of order during the waking hours, and therefore freeing the mind from the brain from conflict, all that during sleep. So there is total rest to the brain. That's one thing. Then, what is control? Why should I control? They've all said control. All religions have said control. Control, be without desire, don't think about yourself, all that. I say to myself, this is what they say. Can I live without control? You follow, sir?
Oh yes, yes. One has to start that question too, at the very beginning.
I'm doing it, that's what we're doing.
Yes, my statement is a reflection, just a mirror to that. Yes.
I mean, is it possible to live without control? Because what is control? And who is the controller? The controller is the controlled. When I say, I must control my thought, the controller is the creation of thought. And thought controls thought. There's no meaning. One fragment controls another fragment. And yet, therefore, remain fragments. So I say, is there a way of living without control? Therefore, no conflict. Therefore, no opposites. Not one desire against another desire. One thought opposed to another thought. One achievement opposed to another achievement. So no control. Is that possible? Because I must find out. Follow, sir? It's not just asking a question, just leaving it alone. I've got energy now. Because I'm not carrying their burden anymore. Nor am I carrying my own burden. Because their burden is my burden. When I discard that, I've discarded this. So I've got energy. And I say, Is it possible to live without control? And so that is tremendous thing. I must find out. Because the people who have control, they have said through control, you arrive at nirvana, heaven. To me that's wrong, totally absurd. So I see, can I live a life of meditation in which there is no control?
When intelligence breaks out,
That's it.
as we looked at before, then with it comes order. And that order,
intelligence is order.
and intelligence is that order. The seeing is the doing.
Doing, yeah.
Therefore, there is no conflict at all.
Therefore, do I live a life? Not only is it possible, do I live it? I've got desires. I see a car, a woman, a house, a lovely garden, a beautiful clothes, or whatever it is. And instantly all the desires arise. And not to have a conflict, and yet not yield. If I have the money, I'll go and buy it. Which is obvious, but that's no answer. If I have no money, I say, well, I'm so sorry, I have no money, and I will get sometime, someday, I'll then come back and buy it. It's the same problem. But the desire is aroused. The seeing, contact, sensation, and desire. Now, that desire is there. And to cut it off is to suppress it. To control it is to suppress it. To yield to it is another form of fragmenting life into getting and losing. I don't know.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, to allow for the flowering of desire without control. You understand?
Yes, I do.
So the very flowering is the ending of that desire. But if you chop it off, it'll come back again. I don't know.
Yes, yes. It's the difference between a terminus and a consummation.
So I let the desire come, flower, and watch it. Watch it, not yield or resist. Just let it flower. And be fully aware of what is happening. Then there is no control.
And no disorder.
No, of course. Moment you control, there is a disorder. Because you're suppressing or all the rest of it. So that is disorder. But when you allow this thing to flower and watch it in the sense, be totally aware of it. The petals, the subtle forms of desire, to possess, not to possess a pleasure, not to possess a pleasure. You follow the whole of that movement of desire.
Exactly.
And that you have to have a very sensitive watchfulness, very sensitive, choiceless watching.
This image that you have referred to metaphorically with the plant itself, could we pursue that in our next conversation through a continuation of concern to look further into meditation?
We haven't finished meditation.
We haven't. No.
There's lots more involved.
Good, good.